Oh, nope, no, they didn't. Nope, it still says HBO Go, which is defunct. So never mind, I guess. But yeah, let's see what we've got here. The, the thumb tracking here is wrong. It's not tracking my thumb actually at all. It's getting my pinky fingers. It looks like it's not tracking really one-to-one. It looks like it's got really finite poses, but it is not tracking my thumb at all. On either hand, it's only tracking, even when I put them this way, it's not tracking the thumb, so it's not an occlusion problem. So that's interesting. Let's go to the settings and version 205. No. So AC 121.1.0. Okay. So we're on a, if that matches to Chromium, then we're on Chrome 120. So we're on what web can do today. And the problem we were having before was that, come on, was that we can check for, hello, check for XR device, and it's showing this touch controller thing that I'm not using. I'm using hands. My controllers aren't active right now. So, and then we get this loading screen. And if this is like it was before, this won't work at all. So let's, okay. So I've flipped my hand over. I am tapping my fingers, and it is not activating the system menu. Let me try it with my left hand. Doesn't do it on the left hand at all. So accessibility, not fantastic. Let me try a fist. Nope. It wants it with the open hand, and tapping doesn't work. So that's still a problem. So I'm trapped in here. I'm going to press the system button. That works. So I'm going to say quit. Now, I just actually want to get out of immersive mode here and get back to the browser. Maybe I can do that with the controller, and I don't want to quit, but it's what it makes me do. So, so yeah, and this lost my home page. I switched it to the home page, and it forgot where we were. So, yeah, so over here, let's go back. And again, like the hand stuff is so imprecise. Again, the thumbs don't move at all. It's not tracking the thumbs in any way. What PWA can do today, still loads a blank screen. So that sucks. And I went back, but I can't go forward now. So that's problematic. I'm trying to put the cursor right after the A. Okay, so let's change it to web, hello, backspace, W, E, B. I go slow because otherwise, like, it's so floaty and imprecise and laggy. Otherwise, all right, so here we are. So let's go and try payments here. And basic card, blah, blah, blah. That's all fine. I say, like, I'm criticizing the hand stuff, but this scrolling is a little better or smoother feeling somehow. I don't know if that's demo only, so let's do this. If I tap that, render process could not establish or lost IPC connection to payment request service in the browser process. All right, so that is still broken, but we know something updated because the browser got updated. So let's try some other stuff. All right, let's try, whoops, hello. Come on. Let's go to NFC. this would be really useful in kiosk situations or escape room situations to be able to just tap an NFC to the headset and load the things. Let's test NFC read. Come on. See this? You see this? Okay. Tap. Not allowed. NFC permission request denied. The system doesn't ask me for permission when I do this. If there's no NFC chip in this hardware, this should be disabled. This NFC symbol, this should not be enabled. This makes it really hard for app developers when the symbol's enabled and all the functions are there, but it just doesn't work. There's a lot of code that you then need to write to have a fallback to test it. This just shouldn't be enabled if there's no NFC. If there is NFC and it's just not forwarding onto the system permissions, that would be the thing to fix. Bluetooth. So let's go to Bluetooth. Yeah. Really, Bluetooth devices, battery level. Bluetooth adapter not available. So this is also not hooked up properly to the system. Obviously, the system has Bluetooth support. So yeah. So okay. So it also is, and again, like if this did work, the content we could develop in WebXR for Vive, being able to have tracked controllers, like a DualSense. There's a whole bunch of things that become enabled through that. So USB, and there's a problem here with this demo that they have where it's very specific to Arduino, which is a dumb demo. It's just stupid. But if we try it, the error will tell us if it's fails the way I expect or if the USB is not working correctly. Failed to execute request device in USB. No device selected. So this is actually good. That means it might be hooked up properly. We'll try another demo later. Shape detection, real-time communication. So audio and video capture. Let's go there. And hypothetically, it says it's supported. So if we say grab video, what does it do? Request a device. And see, this has a weird short thing. So this is what I would expect because capturing video through WebXR through user-generated content is a security problem. And so I would expect this to not work, actually, but the symbol shouldn't be defined. What about audio? We should be able to grab audio from the microphone. Cool. And that the permissions system did work. I said allow. It reloaded the page, which is interesting. So let's try it again. No. God damn it. Like, okay. So it's capturing audio and playing it back immediately. So that's cool. So that works. So but the capturing video should say that symbol should not be enabled. So this is just where the Chromium Android build needs to be tuned. Just the build needs to be, some stuff needs to be shut off for this hardware, basically. Battery status, none of this. So let's take a look at device memory real quick. Because on the Pico 4 Ultra, it reports the device memory is 8 gigs instead of 12. So I am kind of curious what this says it is. It says it's supported. This also says 8 gigs. Is there actually 8 gigs available for web apps? I don't know. All right, and I think the last thing here is to try, come on, file access. Yeah. So this was pretty broken before, where on the Vive, it kind of opened the file control, the OS file control, but it was not. It was to some directory in the middle of nowhere and you couldn't navigate it. So let's see. No files available for upload. Okay, but where would I put files for upload? I guess is the question. So let's come over here and let's say can I use micro? Let's try that. Eye tracking research PDF. Great. Cool. And I don't care about this in particular. I just want to. Yep. Great. I got a link. Applied linguist. Sure. Let's download that sucker. Read more. 2 megabytes. Great. Let go. 4 megs. Stop. Downloadable file. Hello. Okay. Yes. 27 seconds download finish. Weird. Let's close the cookies thing. Close it. Thank you. So, I don't know why this looks like it's the web page holding here. Notice the formatting of this web page sucks. I'm not a robot. Okay. I mean, the side effect is that this shows the browser super functional. There's a layout problem here that we're complaining about, but the fact that I can go through a CAPTCHA and it's working. So I said download original PDF. That's spinning. Yes, I would like to download that file. And okay, I got a check mark there, so I'm assuming that's finished. So now I should, hypothetically, if I do this, and there it is. Much better. Where's my file manager where I can see files on this system and how do I move them around or whatever? Different question. But this is great to see. So the native file system API is not supported. That's okay. But the, yeah, and that's okay. Whoops. So this is a step forward in this browser build, and that's great to see. Come on, you. Hello. All right. And offline storage, touch gesture, speech recognition, keep clipboard copy paste, pointing device adaptation. So hello. Clipboard copy paste. Asynchronous, okay, yeah, that's all enabled. Great. Okay, cool. Use the new asynchronous API, so we're going to cut the test programmatically. This does not work. Tap, tap, select. Usually tap, tap, selects. My kingdom for a horse. Nope. Let's try pasting it programmatically. Nope. Let's try copying the email address programmatically. No, I don't want to copy the text of the fucking button. That's not a thing I want to do. Tap. Tap. Okay. Paste. Nope. So copy paste is not allowed. Write permission denied. Read permission denied. Interesting. So this is an integration thing with HTC, the HTC's Android-based OS that needs to be fixed. So I don't know if that was. I assume that was broken in the original Chromium build as well. And the proximity sensor thing here, this actually would be nice if I was at the edge of my play space. It would make sense for this to be enabled. But it's not. And it's not available on the Pico 4 Ultra's Chromium 125 build either. So that's okay. Hello. So we know web payment doesn't work. So there's no point in going and looking at that. But the thing that should be in here but isn't is WGPU dot R. And again, like the latency here, when I move and when I pinch, there's a huge amount of latency, and it makes me go a lot slower than I do on any other hand tracking headset, on the Pico 4 or on the Apple Vision Pro. Cool. So for some reason, it's not in my... And again, it's showing me like a mobile page as if it's in portrait mode and not landscape. This is a general thing. It should probably be fixed. We're going to try live demos. Hello. See the jitteriness of the hand, even though I'm holding it exactly in where it should be in the cameras. So let me go up here. See how it disappeared? So we're going to go to WebGPU. And water is the really interesting, is the really interesting one. And it does work. Now, is it running on CPU or GPU? I don't know. I haven't looked at that. Hopefully it's running on the GPU. And again, WebGPU is very exciting because you can get a lot of math, not just off the main JS thread, but off of the CPU entirely. And if the CPU can stay at a lower clock speed and the GPU can be used at its lowest clock speed, you've just extended battery life, but kind of tripled or quadrupled the compute, depending on what you're trying, the math you're trying to get the GPU compute to do. That's very exciting for long battery lives, but user visible functionality, like a doubling or tripling of it. So it seems small, but in terms of wowing users with less developer effort, it's a big deal. So that is the Vive latest browser update and OS update. With the eye trackers, hello. So let me try using the microphone, please. Nope, I didn't hit Z. That's not a thing that happened. I'm looking at the microphone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, what's happening? Nope, I had all this nice stuff to say and then, okay, microphone. Babylon WebXR hand example. Okay, and it misspelled WebXR, which seems like a thing that should be in, God damn it. Nope, stop. Stop. Okay. I want to go up. My God. Like, I don't know how anyone uses this, and the answer is that they probably don't. Features deep dive, great. And for some reason, this is not in our bookmarks. So we will fix that and put it in our bookmarks, and hopefully it saves the bookmarks. So hand tracking will open this new tab. It says new tab added. I only have 2 here. So let's go into immersive mode. And it's showing that bullshit controller again. It has nothing to do with this device. Okay. So this is awesome. So we do now have, other than the thumb, which is in an incorrect pose all the time, no matter what, hand tracking in WebXR on the Vive XR Elite. And can I touch this? And it works. So that is probably the biggest leap forward in this update. That this means now that there are, I don't know how many WebXR experiences that could now work. So it'd be very interesting to test the above Paradowski Golf and the Escape Artist. They're award-winning. WebXR things and see if those work. Again, the finger tracking is okay. It definitely looks like it has fixed poses and doesn't track one-to-one. And then it just disappeared, even though it's right in front of the camera. Okay, weird. My hands did not go down, it just disappeared. The thumb is not tracked at all. And yeah, the hand model is clipping through itself, which doesn't happen on the other headsets. And occlusion, yeah, see how the pinky's kind of going out with the occlusion. So it looks like for the occlusion model, it's not taking eye. Look at the pinky, how it's like off to the side. So yeah, the occlusion compensation doesn't seem to include practical IK or what's physically possible into it, but still, just this working and not being the touch controllers is a big leap forward, and that makes me think that if I activate the controllers, that hopefully it is still not the correct controller, but so that's a thing to improve. Sorry, the left controller. But the hands are working now and don't show those nonsense touch controllers. That's a pretty big leap forward, and that's great. So now just this model needs to be updated, and it's not just a cosmetic thing. I'm looking at this; it's in the right place positionally, but I can't see my hand on it like I can with the other headsets like Pico 4 and the Quest. But also, like, even if I'm trying to reason about, like, okay, I feel a button here, the button I feel under my thumb where that hamburger button is not the same button. And there is no touch surface on here, obviously. The red light lights up when I'm touching the thumbstick, but there is no thumbstick on this model. And that's hard for you. That's a disconnect for users. Hands tracking, working is awesome. This controller mismatch, so there's still a little bit of work to do. But yeah, this is great progress. And if this is a quarterly thing where we make this kind of progress every quarter, hey, that's a great trend line, and great to see and really cool. I'm gonna bookmark also. So I think let's keep using the pressing the hamburger menu. That's not working. So I think, okay, let me put the controller down, and I'm looking at my hands. It says controller battery. I put the controller down. I'm looking at my hands. I'm trying to get it to switch back to hands. I'm tapping the side of the headset. And it looks like once the controller is active, even when it's completely out of camera range, it will not switch to hands. So I'm going to press the button on top of the headset. I press the button on top of the headset. There, the fourth time was the charm. I am again looking at my hands. This is also not activating hands. So I actually think the way the Quest does it, where it really aggressively switches to hands, it was actually very problematic for us from an application development standpoint, to the point where I don't demo on Quest 3 anymore, because it screwed up too many demos when a user had two controllers, but they looked away and it would switch to hands. And then it was, anyway, so, but the fact this doesn't switch to hands at all when the controller is laid down and when I'm looking at my hands and the controller is not in view in any way is maybe too far in the other extreme. So I'm going to pick up the controller and we will say quit and quit app. And just so people can see, under general here, if tracking mode, instant mode, I'm on 1.0.999.738, which just updated today. This is not posted on the developer forums yet, which seems like a miss.